Welcome and thank you for joining us. We are looking at K.c.s.e 2024 paper 2 and we are going to begin with question number 21. The question reads, Fatili deposited Kenya shillings 400,000 in an account that paid a compound interest on deposit at the rate of 7% per annum. At the end of 3 years, he withdrew all the money from the account. Roman 1 calculated the amount that Fatili withdrew. The amount deposited gives us our principal, which is 400,000. The amount was deposited for 3 years, which is our N. And the rate of interest was 7%. So we are supposed to calculate the amount. And amount is given by principal into 1 plus rate over 100. Then we raise it to N. The amount is what we don't have, but the principal is 400,000 into 1 plus the rate is 7 over 100, then everything raised to N. So amount is going to be equal to 400,000. We multiply by, that is 1 plus 7 over 100 will be 1.07 raised to by 3. And this is going to be 400,000 multiplied by, the brackets will give us 1.225,043, and this one is going to give us an amount equivalent to 490,017, then 20 cents. We go to Roman 2. Fatili invested the withdrawn amount in shares. We know the withdrawn amount that we are going to invest is 490,017.20 cents, which represents our principal in this case. The value of the shares depreciated at the rate of 1.5%, meaning the rate is 1.5%. We have also been told that it depreciates every 6 months. Determine the value of the shares at the end of 2 years. So for us to get N, we know every year it depreciates 2 times. That means for 2 years it will reduce its value, but the shares will reduce their value 4 times. So again, using compound interest formula, amount will be equal to principal into 1, but since this is depreciation, we minus 1 over 100, then we raise to N. The amount is what we are looking for. So we have amount being equal to, principal is 490,017.20 cents into 1 minus 1.5 over 100. Then we raise this to 4. So amount again will be equivalent to, we have 490,017.20 cents that we are going to multiply by the entire of this bracket, that is 1 minus 1.5 over 100 raised to 4, will give us 0.94133,655. And if you multiply that using your calculator, it will give us an amount equivalent to 461,217.10 cents. That is correct to 2 decimal places. We move to Roman 3. Determine the gain or loss from Fatili investment in 5 years. Remember, 5 years comes from the first part is 3 years, and the second part is 2 years, making it 5. So the amount that this person started with is 400,000. The principal was 400,000, and so far the amount we have is 461,217.10 cents. So if you compare the amount and the principal, you realize this is a gain, and therefore to get the gain, we take the amount of 461,217.10, that is 0.10, sorry, minus 400,000, and this one gives us an amount equivalent to Kenya shillings 61,217.10 cents. We move to part B. Nyabuto invested 400,000 in a financial institution that paid a compound interest at the rate of 6% per annum. After n years, the amount had accumulated to 500,000. We calculate the value of n. The amount invested is 400, which gives us our principal. The amount invested gives us 500,000, which is the amount. We know that the rate of interest in this case was 6%. So we are supposed to find the value of n. Very simple. We proceed. We know amount is given by principal into 1 plus add over 100 raised to n. The amount is 500,000, which is equivalent to the principal of 400,000 into 1 plus the rate is 6%, then everything raised to n. We can divide both sides by 400,000. 400,000. This 400 and 400 goes. 500,000 divided by 400,000. We get 1.25, which is equivalent to 1 plus 6 over 100, then everything raised to n. So 1.25 is the same as 1.06. Then now we raise everything to n. From here now we can introduce the logs. We know this will be log 1.25 being equivalent to the log of 1.06 raised by n. If n comes behind the logarithm, we are going to have the log of 1.25 being equal to n log of 1.06. If you want to get n, you divide by log of 1.06, and therefore our n is going to be log 1.25 divided by the log of 1.06, and this one is going to give us an answer equivalent to 3.8295, which is approximately 4 years. That is to the nearest whole number. Thank you for watching, and thank you for always joining us. And in case you have a question, please do not hesitate to send us your questions through 0701 686 283.